it's also clear that in the law of Kenya, the only marriage that is recognized is heterosexual marriage. Madam Speaker, it therefore surprises one to know where the Supreme Court, how the Supreme Court arrived at the conclusion that they made. It's my understanding, because I'm not a lawyer, that the courts use the law. If the law says that if the law says in Kenya that we only recognize heterosexual marriages, how did they decide that a group that doesn't exist in the law itself should exist in associations? Because in my understanding, it was a very clear conflict between what the Constitution says and what the conclusion of the verdict of the three said. Madam Speaker, I'm saying this because first I was involved in the drafting of the Constitution. I was in the Bombers drafting team. And not in the drafting team, but I participated in the drafting of the Constitution. And there are so many things we debated about. We looked at what is good for this nation. We looked at what keeps us as different communities together. We looked at our culture. And a lot of principles that are within the Constitution actually arose from our cultures. Madam Speaker, we know that we have changed our cultures for many years, from since pre-independence when we were a colony. And there are some cultures that were lost. There are some which are preserved. There are some even which were recovered thereafter. And Madam Speaker, before a very big decision like that is made and announced in the country, it would have been very important to go back and look at the reason why the Constitution has that clause that marriage in Kenya shall be heterosexual. Because if all discussion around the development of a Constitution came up with that conclusion, how can we rush to recognize something that has been disowned by the Constitution itself? It was therefore very surprising for some of us to hear that kind of conclusion. It would be important for the, Madam Speaker, for this House to pronounce itself on a matter that is touching also the other arm of government, so that all of us come up with a conclusion that is satisfactory. Madam Speaker, there's hue and cry all over. The churches are crying. We are receiving calls from all over that we must discuss this issue before it goes out of hand. Reason being that it is touching the very core of our youth. Our youth are in crossroads. What is this supposed to be? If we allow it to continue without any check, what is it going to take the society to be? Our cultures will already be being eroded. It is therefore very important that even as we discuss this, Madam Speaker, we demand that we look back at the Constitution. And this is what the Supreme Court should have looked at. And they need to give us an explanation why they are moving away from the Constitution. Because this is going to give us a shortcut. It would have been better for us to have a review of the Constitution itself so that we know exactly where we are going. So, Madam Speaker, I really agree with the concerns that have been raised by Senator Wambua, and I thank him for bringing this forward so that we can do something that our people are very keen on. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator Mundigi, and as he takes the floor, Senator